Sorry for the short notice, but as promised, when something happened, well, really with any case, that we would go live as soon as possible. So we have Brie back with us, Corey's mom. Everyone's familiar with the story, I'm assuming at this point, because I don't want to make her keep going through something so hurtful. Hi, Kane. Hi, Squishy. Hi, Maddie. We'll just wait for a couple more people to get in here.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Maddie.
Hi, Pam. Hi, RC. We brought you up the other day, Brie, off topic on a live we were doing. There's a girl missing in Tennessee.
Right.
Her parents just really aren't handling it the way you would think people would with a missing child. Right. And I'm like, look at how Brie is.
Right.
The emotions she's taking on the system.
Yeah.
Hi, Angel. Hi, 03. Pamela. Did I already tell Pamela hi?
I think so.
Probably. Brie is a warrior.
Thank you.
RC, is it Friday?
I think it's Thursday for me, unless I'm getting it mixed up.
Unless RC's in Australia or she wishes it's Friday. Angel, got y'all on Bluetooth. Watch your language. Can't promise that.
No, not with this.
Not with this. Oh, does Squishy have email? I don't have Squishy's email. All right, so everybody can watch it later or catch up. So, okay. As most the day before Friday, RC, that's right. So as everyone knows, Corey died at the hands of his father. His mother, they had joint custody, shared custody, whatever you want to call it. Don't get technical with me. I've already had messages about that. She dropped him off at 9 a.m. and he was perfectly fine. Correct, Brie?
Right.
And then Brie receives a phone call that she's going to never forget, relives every day, where this asshole wanted basically the insurance information instead of telling her what happened to Corey. So you can finish the rest of it, and then we got them caught up, and then we'll go into today.
Okay, so around 3:30, Christopher gives me a phone call. He basically just told me Corey was tired, sleeping all day, and throwing up. He's taking him to the hospital. Send him his insurance information. Hung up. After that, I made a police report, stating, Corey was missing. I didn't know where he was. He said he was sick, taking him to the hospital. And then, at 5:30, I got a knock on the door from, the cops. And they told me that Corey had passed. And as we all know, I didn't understand, how a healthy 6-year-old just after a few hours was gone. It didn't make sense. And then
it doesn't make sense.
No. And, I was interviewed and Chris fled to Tennessee, and here we are.
So you've been fighting like hell since that day.
Yes.
And, you and I just came across each other, a few weeks ago. And when I talked to you, I was still crying. Okay. I was still crying.
Yeah.
The other day, Maddie sent me a message and she said, like, I wake up during the night thinking about this case and just how goddamn wrong it is.
Yeah. I mean, it's
The fact that there weren't cuffs slapped on his smug ass that day, for something.
anything, right?
But I mean, we want it done right,
Of
correct?
course. Of course.
We got to be patient. I hate it, but we do.
Right.
So, last week you got a call. If you can go through that, because
Yeah.
we did a live about it.
Yeah, last week I got a phone call from the medical examiner. They told me that the chief medical examiner had looked over the case. He sent it back to forensic pathologists that were working on it. They did a few final tests and they were going to hand it over to the prosecutor's office, which they did. Do you want me to continue telling it or
Yeah, they were going to send it to the prosecutor's office. So you went and saw the prosecutor today.
Right. Yep. And I was really nervous. I didn't know what they were going to tell me. So I eventually went in there. There was a prosecutor and 3 detectives, and they sat me down and
Was
they
that
told
intimidating? Because that would scare the hell out of me for some reason.
the ones that I did meet with today, I met with them before a few
Okay.
times, so it wasn't as bad as the first time meeting with them. So they sat me down and immediately they told me, well, we have his cause of death, but the manner of death is undetermined, but he died from a heart contusion, which if anyone doesn't know, that is a bruise to the heart. That's what he died from. And then I quickly got up, I walked out of the room, and I was crying. I didn't want to hear any more, because undetermined means for right now, until they get more something else, it's not going to be murder right now. So I got up, I left, I cried, and then, someone came out and told me, like, go back in, give them a chance, let them finish telling you everything. So I went back in, and they told me, well, we do have a warrant out for his arrest for second-degree child endangerment. So it's not what I wanted him to be charged with, but it is a start. Like I said, we all know we can all assume what happened to him. It's not hard to figure out. Put 2 plus 2 together, and there will be more charges. I will make sure there will be more charges. I'm not stopping. This isn't the end.
No.
This is just the beginning of his karma.
Well, and I was upset when I heard about the second degree child endangerment, whatever. But I think at this point they know something bad happened. They've got the medical proof.
Oh, I know they do.
And they're going to have to hold him on something. But we have no idea where Chris is, right?
Right now, as of right now, I don't think they have found him. They went to his parents' house where they thought he was at 7 a.m. They were, trying to find him to arrest him, and his parents told them that he was not home. So after, I believe, they got a call from his lawyer, his attorney, who told them that he was going to turn himself in, and I don't believe he's done so yet.
Okay, I'm going to share the screen right now and just show the heart contusion, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So you guys can see right there, you can bruise your heart, but it has to be from a blunt force trauma to the sternum. You can recover from it, but remember, this is a child. And about how much, I'm just going to guess that, the dad weighs about 200 pounds.
Yeah.
So if you all could just feel that bone on your chest, and I mean, that's a tough bone. Imagine someone hitting you or something happening to break that bone or penetrate it to the point where it bruised your heart. I mean, what would that take?
A lot. It would. I mean, I researched this all day, and a lot of causes of it are horrific. I mean, some of that, like I read online, that it could take, getting hit by a car for this to happen to somebody. So he
People
obviously
in
wasn't
head-on
hit by a
collisions
car.
don't break that bone. People in head-on collisions don't. I've been researching it all day, like you have been.
Yes.
I've been crazy today about this. I mean, not that we're all Google doctors, but just to give some point of reference. And come on.
It's very obvious. I believe he hit him very hard in the chest with, I think it was his fist, possibly an object, but he hit him. There's no way he would have gotten this from anything else. It wasn't natural. We all know that. I think prosecutors know that. Um, like I said, this isn't the end.
Nope.
There's a lot more I'm doing, and there's going to be a murder charge no matter what. I will make sure this happens. For now, he's going to be in jail. And then that's when, people hopefully will be safe, you know, if he's found and goes to jail, which he will be eventually. He can't hide forever.
And to remind everybody, when the heat was originally on him, he took Corey to the hospital. He left Corey at the hospital and he fled to Tennessee. So what are the odds that he's going to stick around now?
Right. He's out. I think he's already gone, honestly. But like I said,
so.
they flagged his passport. He's not leaving this country, and they found him in Tennessee before. They will find him again, and this time he has charges.
Crime time. It's for second-degree child endangerment for now. No one give up hope.
Oh no, if anyone would have given up hope, it's me, but I know myself and I know it's not the end. He will be charged with murder. I will see that out.
Right. I mean, like I said, I told you today, I said, I'm hoping, I would like first degree, but I don't know that they can prove intent. Right. But second degree, that'll put him away for quite a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the fact that he didn't turn himself in and he fled before, look at all the hearts everybody's putting up for you, Brie.
Oh, thank you, everybody. That's awesome. And Maddie, they do have a warrant out for his arrest. CPR. Any CPR they didn't cause any of this. He was already dying if he did get CPR, so that's not what caused his death.
Well, and also I don't see the dad doing any kind of CPR or resuscitation on him. Okay.
No.
And paramedics know how to do it without breaking your sternum and bruising your heart.
Right. No, this isn't. I think if it was done by CPR, I think they could have, figured that out. They wouldn't have put his cause of death as that. I know what he did. I've told everyone that I knew he killed him this whole time, and now that this heart contusion came back, it's confirmed for me. In my mind, I know.
Well, not only did you tell everyone that he killed him, you told them before, as did your mom, this is what's going to happen.
Right.
With his continued unexplained bruises when he wasn't accident prone with you, but suddenly he was. Let me see. The chat's coming in fast. Hang on. Carrie Ann, he avoided police contact every which way for a reason because he's guilty. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Where's the grieving? Where's the grieving?
Never has been. He never has grieved. He Someone commented on my post that I put on Justice for Corey, and they told me that one of their friends works with the parents in real estate, and they, a week after Corey's passing, they were acting like nothing had happened. They were just laughing and smiling, like
Sick.
you would have never guessed that they just lost their grandson. None of these people cared.
Well, and I mean, you were putting up flyers, around town, so people were aware that a child was murdered and you're looking for justice for your son.
Right.
And the paternal grandmother, I mean, basically attacked you and was ripping down the flyers. So I'm going to show her real quick.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So she jumps on you, even though she should have been side by side with you.
Right. Yep.
Putting up flyers. She should have been like, that's me with my hands. Done.
Yeah.
This is not my grandson. Whatever went on in that apartment, God be with you, son. God be with you.
Right.
But my grandson is not here.
Yeah, I mean, I've said before, I don't know why they do what they do. I don't know why they're protecting him. They can't protect him anymore. This is real. This is happening. He's going to jail. He abused
Yeah.
Corey. He killed Corey. There's nothing they can protect anymore. It's out there.
Yeah, Corey is absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
I'm assuming they didn't give you any kind of timeline of how long all of this would take. I mean, justice is slow, okay? These things take a long time.
Yeah. No, I don't have any timeline. For if they're gonna bring any more charges. I mean, they did what they could for now. I think they did not want him on the streets anymore, and that's why they did this. Um, like I said, it's a start, but it's not over. That we have, it's probably going to take a long time, but it's not going to end here.
No, and it's actually common. When Breasia Terrell went missing, they had pretty much the detectives in Davenport had it pretty much summed up that Dinkins was responsible. We're just now, more details are coming out now, but they put him in jail for something. How they held him as long as they did, I don't know. But they basically just picked him up on anything. And I think that's what they're doing here. And then later with Dinkins, they added on murder charges. So, I mean, even though, Chris is thinking that his dad can call some favors in, a child is dead. Oh, thank you, Grace. I hope he's denied bail because he's a flight risk. Yep, he's already left state once.
Yeah, I mean, and it seems like it might be happening again. I mean, I don't know. I don't think he got arrested yet.
No. Now, you said something earlier when you and I were talking, if I get this right. So the judge can either give him bail or not. He can deny bail, even for this second-degree child endangerment. Okay.
Yes, I'll be able to watch the court while it's happening. It's going to be virtually. It won't be in person, but I can watch, as his attorney argues why he should be released, and I'm going to watch, the prosecutor argue why he should be detained. So, him being a flight risk and the circumstances, I mean, I hope he does not get released, and he's detained, and then while he's detained, more and more charges rack up. That's my hope. um but like I know it's not the charges we want, but I'm just so thankful they were able to do this for now.
Oh, I agree. I don't think this is final at all. I think they're going to dig deeper into this because they've got to put together a crime scene. They've got to figure out exactly how this happened to Corey, and then they'll go from there.
And I'm hoping they get the chance to interrogate him and ask him. They
Wouldn't
have
that
to.
be nice?
So he
But he's
what?
got a lawyer, so who knows?
Yeah, but they, again, why wouldn't you just tell us what happened? If he, fell, obviously we all know he didn't fall off a bike and get a heart contusion, but something had to have happened, and he had to know about it. It's not something like he fell and scraped his knee. He died from a heart contusion. Like something of an event took place that day that he knows about. What is it? Why aren't you telling us what it is? Because you did it, obviously.
No, Jeannie, the charges aren't from him leaving him at the hospital. How exactly is the endangerment? Did they explain how they're doing that?
The endangerment is actually due to the video I told you about in the gym. So I don't know if everyone recalls me telling you how they had surveillance video from a gym of him, abusing Corey, but that is where the child endangerment charge is coming from right now.
Okay, that's actually really good news because that's a separate incident.
Right.
So they can hold him for that.
Yeah.
And then while they're waiting, then they can build their case around what happened to Corey.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I hope there's more charges brought, but for now this will do, and he will be in jail, and let's pray he's detained and he won't get out, and hopefully when he steps into that jail he never gets out again.
Yeah, I don't want him to see the light of day.
No,
I'm sorry. I mean, I say it every day. I'm like, people, leave the kids alone. I'll never understand it.
No,
I mean, was he abused as a child? I mean, is he projecting his own child abuse onto Corey? I don't know. But it's just disgusting. Yeah. And he wasn't even in his life long enough to even be frustrated with him. He didn't teach him to walk. He didn't potty train him.
And I can tell you, Corey was a really good kid. He didn't I never had to punish him. Like, I never had to put him in, time out. I never, for him to do this to him, like, there's just Corey was a good kid. There was no reason for this. Even if he wasn't, there's no reason for this. But the sad part is all Corey wanted was to be loved by his dad, wanted him to, be proud of him, and just, it's just sad that even though he was doing this to him, Corey still, wanted to be loved by him.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, people are going to hear this later. People are listening now and they're not commenting. So there's a handful of you that decided to leave some nasty comments after the last 2 lives. And I've screenshotted them, but they've been deleted because Brie doesn't deserve that. But just so you know, all of that will be turned over to the prosecutor. Because the fact that any of you sick asses would attack a mother who is getting justice for a murdered child, how do you sleep?
I think, at least one of those comments they were from.
We did the deduction. I could figure out the verbiage. And that's right. Okay. That's okay. We don't need them.
Right.
But how sick are you? How goddamn sick are you?
Absolutely.
When this mother is and your mother, pouring your heart out. My son needs justice. This happened to my son. Your son didn't have a heart attack. Okay?
No. Nope.
So just so people know, if you try to attack this live, it's going to the prosecutor. And yes, they can figure out who you are. I hate when people say, oh, they don't know who I am. Oh, they can figure it out. So stop now. So you saw a comment earlier that the night that Corey died. Okay, so we know that Chris left him at the hospital, unattended, just got the hell out, right?
Right.
So, but he was walking his dog later. Yeah, guys, hit the thumbs up when you can. It helps Corey. It helps Brie. Sub the channel. We've got to get this story out.
Right. So the comment, basically, this person lived in the same apartment complex as Christopher. And keep in mind, Corey passed away at 5:03. So at 7 p.m., this woman saw Chris walking his dog. And they ran into each other somehow, never met. They were strangers. He started, talking to her. And she said he was talking about Corey. Not that he passed away. He was talking about him like he was still here. He was talking about his career, and he told her that he was going to Mount Airy the next day. Or
now, where is Mount Airy?
I'm not sure of that.
Let me look it up real quick, because you said that when we were talking earlier, and I was like, is that Tennessee or is that somewhere around you? I mean, I don't know. Let me look. Mount Airy.
Yeah, I don't know. And basically, yeah, he told her that he was going to Mount Airy, and she said he was shaking, but it wasn't cold out, and she just thought it was weird. And then a few days later, she found out what happened.
That's in Kentucky.
Oh, wow.
But Stephanie says Pennsylvania, a casino.
Oh.
It's in PA. Okay, that's what I figured it was around PA because they're in Jersey.
But well, that's not where he went. He went to Tennessee, so.
Okay, but Mount Airy is in Harlan, Kentucky. Okay. Because I was, for some reason, thinking it was in the how do you say it? Catskills or whatever. But, so it's a casino in Pennsylvania. It is psychopath, Kylie. It is some psychopath shit.
Yeah, and it's in the Poconos. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, who the hell, really?
The fact that he was walking his dog perfectly fine, talking about Corey like he was still here, and not like he just left the hospital. His son just passed, and you're just, yeah, I'm going to Mount Airy. I'm taking my car, and like, what? What the hell is wrong with you?
Can you please ask that woman to contact the DA?
She said she actually did contact them.
Good.
And they said that they would call her if they had any questions. They didn't end up calling her, and my guess is because he was found.
Okay. You know what? And that gives me, faith in humanity, that people will get out of their comfort zone and say, hey, I don't know this woman. I don't know her child, but I'm going to reach out and do this.
Right. Right.
Oh, RC, I had no idea. Well, we all have to stick together. We really do.
Yeah, absolutely.
And by the way, if you guys have time, Suffer the Little Children, they do amazing work. And they put a podcast together for Brie, for Corey, and it's great.
Yeah, it was really amazing. I mean, it's very detailed.
I'm going to put the link on our main page. And the more we can get out there, the better. People that I've reached out to, I either get no answer back, or they're like, we don't cover cases until they're done. And I'm like, but that really doesn't help an ongoing doesn't really help. I mean, Black Lives Matter, what would giving comments to the prosecutor do? Because she saw him the day that Corey was murdered. Does that make sense? Black Lives Matter? Giving comments to the prosecutor, she spoke to this woman. So, yeah, suffer the children is good.
Yeah.
Okay, you have a question here.
Yeah, I was going to answer. Right. I mean, I don't even know an answer to that. I wish I did know. I mean, yeah, I really don't know what anyone can do to help. I mean, I really feel like it's just in the prosecutor's hands, you know. And honestly, what they would like to happen is they want to find somebody that Christopher, maybe confided in, or someone that knows anything that happened. Like, that's a big thing for them. Um, so I mean, I don't know how if anyone could help with that. Obviously, it's not going to be something like, okay, let's find someone that knows something. There may not be anyone that knows anything, but yeah.
Can we get information for when his hearings will be? Yeah, I was asking you today if court documents are public. So, but yeah, I mean, I'll update my page. She'll update her group, as updates come through.
Right.
Black Lives Matter. Yeah, disgusting comments. Anyone that harasses this woman, whatever the authorities do with it, they can do with it. If they do nothing and they say too bad, then that's how it is.
Right.
But that can't go on. This woman does not deserve to be harassed.
So the hearings, I don't know when the hearings will be. I don't know when he will turn himself in. I don't know when they will find him. But I do know that I will be able to attend his hearings virtually. I don't know if anyone else can or if it's just me, but of course I will update everybody as it happens. Just like I've been doing.
Now you have to do it like through Zoom or something. You can't be there in person.
That's what I was told today.
Is it because of COVID or what?
I'm not sure actually. I only spoke to this person about the first hearing, which will be basically to find out if he will be detained or not. That's the only one I've heard about going forward. I don't know if I'll be able to attend them in person. I hope I can. But I will definitely find that out.
Do you know if the charge for the child endangerment is misdemeanor or felony?
It's a felony.
Okay, so he could be looking up to 10 years in prison. I just read. Let me show everyone.
Yes, he can. They told me in the prosecutor himself told me 5 to 10 years.
Okay, let's read this. Jail or prison, people convicted of a misdemeanor child endangerment charge typically face up to 1 year in jail. Felony convictions are much more serious, and anyone convicted of felony child endangerment faces 1 to 10 years in prison or more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's a start.
Oh yeah, it's a start. Like I
know 10 years isn't enough. It's not enough. I get that.
I do get that also, but
we're starting at the bottom of the mountain.
That's the start. That's it's not over. Like I said, there's gonna be more charges, and I will make sure of it. We got this far. He didn't get to walk free, and a lot has come out. I mean, I know his cause of death now. I don't know. Obviously, it wasn't ruled a homicide yet, but I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing now, and what I did, I'm assuming, is what got us here. You know.
New Jersey doesn't have misdemeanors and felonies like other states. What do you mean, Stephanie? How does that work? Does anybody want to grab the link and explain this? Because I'm seeing a lot of comments, and obviously every state's different. Here, I'm gonna put that up there. Yeah, you're right, Cricket. So that is just for the video of him at the gym. So that's good news. None of it's good news. I shouldn't even say that. I'm trying to find a way to separate all
Yeah,
this.
that's how I feel. It's like hard to. It's not good news, but it's good news that he's, being charged.
Right. But that's just for the video. So they're getting him on that. Then once they get further into the medical and figure out exactly what happened to Corey, we should see other charges. We're hoping, right?
Right, right.
It goes by degrees. I don't know. I mean, every state's different.
Yeah, well, like I said, the prosecutor told me from his mouth what the times would be, like how the prison time would be if convicted, and he told me it was a second-degree charge, and he told me 5 to 10 years. So
She said, I looked it up. Second degree child endangerment would be, 5 to 10 years. That's what we're looking at. What other states consider felonies are indictable crimes in New Jersey? See, I don't understand what you're talking about. If you want to grab the link and come up, because I don't know what you mean. Okay, so Bree, they want to know. People want to know: is it the Ocean County prosecutor or Middlesex County?
it's the Ocean County.
Okay, so Angry Mob, it's Ocean County. Bridget wants to know if there was any bruising on his chest. Okay, Angry Mob, just a different terminology. Thank you.
So I'm not sure. I didn't get an actual copy of the medical report. I am expecting that, but they didn't tell me if there were any new bruises. I mean, I would expect there to be, if something, if he had a heart contusion, I would expect there to be new bruises, but I wasn't told that information yet.
Now, did you already have the protest, the walk?
I actually did not do that. We didn't end up doing that, but I would like to plan it again, and hopefully, there's a turn up, and we can do that, because everyone's still at blame here. The judges, DCPMP, they're still at fault here.
Oh, absolutely.
That's
What
not gone.
does your lawyer advise you to do that, or is he just like, do it?
He hasn't advised me not to do it.
Okay.
So I mean, yeah, I don't see why not. These people are still. I mean, DCPMP had this video that he's being charged with a week before he passed.
Now, who is local? I guess put something up in the group, or someone who can make the drive, from around there.
Yeah.
If you give me enough notice, I can be there.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, we'll plan it and see what happens. I would love to do this because, like I said, they're still to blame here. They're at fault. If they took the video as seriously as the prosecutor's office is, then Corey would be here still.
Carrie Ann, she says, I'm local, I'm in. Well, I mean, and that's the thing. They dropped the ball all the goddamn time.
Yeah.
How much evidence do you have to have about a child? And I know a lady was mad at me a couple weeks ago, and she was like, you've dismissed your stance on parental alienation. I'm like, this is not about parental alienation. That's not what this is about. You
Right.
weren't withholding him from Corey.
No.
That wasn't it. I mean, you had already gone through that. I mean, you were threatened by the courts to not do that.
Yeah, and the reason I did this was because he was abusing him, not because I disliked him, not because I didn't, I just didn't want Corey around him. He was abusing him. That's why I
Absolutely.
didn't want him around him. And here you go. Now we know he was abusing him.
Because like I said, guys, if you feel that bone on your chest, just feel it. Just feel it. That's a hard bone to break. People have head-on collisions and don't break that bone.
No. I believe it's very hard to, bruise your chest. It really is.
All right. So hang on 1 second.
I meant to bruise your heart. I don't think I meant to bruise your chest. I'm sorry.
So here he is right now, walking around, doing whatever he wants to do. No accountability, not taking any acceptance for what he's done.
Right.
He wanted to torture Bree, and that was his only way of doing so. Here's a question. Isn't his attorney obligated to give his whereabouts if he is under arrest? I would hope so. And your lives matter. Sophie Long was parental alienation. Everyone knows I never bought that video. Even though it went viral and there was a group of like 220,000 people, I didn't believe it. She was definitely alienated, and I don't know what's going to... There's just so much going on with that. But this is not parental alienation.
Not at all.
God, no.
And his attorney, I think he called the prosecutor's office and told them he was going to turn himself in today. Like I said, I don't know what happened with that.
Well, if anyone can check like the local records, like we have an inmate roster here, you can pull it up and you can see who's in jail.
Right.
So when he turns himself in, we'll have the mugshot. We'll at least know that he's there.
Right.
But do you know if you have anything like that?
Yeah, we do, but I don't believe it would be updated or he would be in the system right away.
Oh yeah, it does take time.
I believe it would take a few days for him to pop up on there, but like I said, they're supposed to call me when he is arrested and he is in custody.
Are you worried about your safety at all with him being out?
Yes, absolutely. He is a danger, and everyone else should worry. I mean, he's not after anyone else like he would be after me, but I was informed that my local police department would, be doing, rounds and checking and making sure everything's okay. So, I mean, that comforts me a little bit, but until he's actually in jail, I'm afraid.
Okay, Angry Mob said she'll call Ocean County tomorrow and find out more about when it would appear on the criminal docket. Okay, good.
Okay.
Black Lives Matter says if she signs up with Vine, she'll get notified when he's arrested.
Okay. I think I've heard of that before.
I mean, plus they'll tell her too. I'm just more curious about the bond, if they're going to give him a bond or not, because they know he's already ran out of state once. He's been charged today. He's not locked up. His son is dead.
Right. I mean, that if that doesn't show flight risk, what does? I mean, he's proven it before that he likes to run from his problems. So,
And it seems like his mom and dad have no issue sweeping his problems under the rug.
exactly.
Because I said it on the last live, the one before. I'm not a grandparent yet, but I've seen the look in my parents' faces when they saw my sons. And it's just kind of like, who are you, Brooks? Like, oh, okay. Everything's about the grandbabies. Everything's about the grandbabies.
Right.
And for this woman to attack you when you're trying to get exposure and justice for your son, and she's more concerned about this big boy who she knows goddamn well did this. She's not stupid.
Right. And I do want to say, because people are saying he can bail out, but there's no bail. It's either the judge is basically going to listen to his attorney and the prosecutor, and they're going to argue why he should be released and why he shouldn't be released. And the judge makes that decision. He can't be bailed out.
All right, because see, my husband's from New York, and they have that no bond system now.
That's what we have in New Jersey.
Okay, you guys have that too. So I was worried about that. Because like I said, every state's different, and we're not going into politics, but I'm telling you right now, if this happened in Texas, his ass would be in jail, sitting there right now.
Right. I'm really hoping that this breaks one of his family members, and maybe, just maybe, somewhere in there they have a heart and they will defend Corey. I'm hoping and praying it breaks them and they will defend Corey. That would be the best case scenario. I doubt it, because they're not good-hearted people, obviously. But you never know.
Well,
maybe they need to see this video for them to talk.
In every case, there's a white knight that shows up, and you'd be very surprised at who it is. It could be his dad. He could have a sibling that's like, look, I can't co-sign this.
Right. And they shouldn't. And I hope they get to see that video and see what he's done to him, and turn on him and do the right thing.
Oh, Maddie, she's right outside of Dallas. So yeah, she knows. But I believe that the prosecutors want to see the most done to him, because they're having to look at the pictures. They're having to read the reports. They already know.
And like I said, the prosecutor will be arguing that he is a flight risk.
Yeah.
So
his trip to Tennessee blew my mind.
Yeah, and once again, if he keeps running like he is right now, that's another flight risk right there on top of it. He doesn't want to face it, and what makes them think that he's going to come back for court? I don't think they will.
Not saying that I believe that my children would ever hurt a child or do anything like this. I'm just saying right now that if they left my grandchild, and like I said, I don't have grandkids, at the hospital, and I'm calling them, what's going on? And I find out my grandchild has passed away. and that my child has left the state, I'd be hightailing to find my kid and bring him back myself.
Oh no, they do the opposite. They help him.
Black Lives Matter. What do you mean? That won't happen, but it doesn't matter anyway. I mean, if they release him, let's say they give him house arrest. Let's say they just slap an ankle monitor on him. I mean, it does matter. We don't know. We're just hoping for the best.
Right.
Like I said, this is about the video. This isn't even about Corey's death. So we're still at the bottom of the mountain. We've got maybe a mile up so far.
Right. And we're not at the bottom anymore. We made it, we've gotten a little bit up the mountain, exactly. And this is just the beginning. I know everyone's like, oh well, he needs to be charged with more. Like, it will happen. I will make sure it happens. I know what he did. He knows what he did. Everyone knows what he did. It's just a matter of time. But this is what we have to take right now. And it will put him in jail. Hopefully he's detained and they don't let him out. I can't promise that he won't, but it's a start.
Well, we've got bigger fish to fry, and we're looking for the big fish. And that's what's going to make sure Corey gets justice.
Right.
So we're dealing with this right now. Everyone is supporting Brie. Anything you need, let us know. If you just want to rant, cry, anything, we're here.
Thank you.
We're going to continue on this channel, updating everyone, keeping everyone informed, because this is wrong. This
right.
is wrong.
No, it's really wrong.
I mean, everything from the hospital that saw him, his teacher complained, his teacher turned in a report, CPS ignored you. This video has been looming around since before he died. It's wrong on too many levels. So a lot's going to happen, and it might even take 5 years. This stuff is slow.
Right. At least we know he's not, going to be walking free. I mean, let's just hope for the best. That's what I'm doing right now. That's all I can do, just keep doing what I'm doing, and that's really all we can do, and just hope for the best and that justice is served.
That is the main thing. Absolutely. Does anybody want to grab the link and say anything to Brie? Ask any questions, anything like that? I like how Black Lives Matter thinks. They're like, he's not getting house arrest. He's not getting released.
Yep.
That's what we want. Find him, put him in there, and let him sit.
Right.
That's the best thing. Let him look at some walls for a while.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to wrap this up. And anytime we have an update, you're right, Carrie Ann. They failed you and Corey one too many times. No more. Nope, no more. And when you guys get time, share the lives, contact, who you think of. Some of these YouTubers, I would run it by Brie first. I think Emily Harding, she opened some people's eyes the other night. There were some things that they weren't aware of about somebody they were trying to get involved. And she was like, no, don't do that.
Right.
If someone's getting sued, don't bring them in. Yep. We love you, Brie. Stay strong.
Thank you.
So anything you need, Brie, we're here. And I'm just going to wrap this up. And anything that happens, let me know, and we'll go live as soon as you're available, okay?
Of course. All right. Thank you, everyone, for listening. I appreciate it so much.
All right. We're here, girl.
Thank you.